Hello, how are you today? I thought I'd bring out an old box. One of the first, well, the first tarot video I did it on the good tarot. So that's my plan for today. Good tarot. Read it out of the book. It's from Colette Baron Reed. The good tarot has 78 cards of the deck and the guidebook that comes with it. It's a nice box, unless your dog tries to break into the packaging before you get to it. So, anyway, I like how it butched up the box a bit. Butched it up, or I don't know if that's a good word. Made it a little more male and female and look. It's got tape all over it. It's fixed up, you know. Had to put some clear tape, boxing tape on it to fix it. You know, dog holes in it. Looks like something that I've had for a while, though it's fairly new. I guess I've had it for close to 5 months now. I like the green color. Green's always been my favorite. I had a green carpet in my room when I was a kid, and nature. But Irish also. Irish, some ancestry is Irish. I like so it's green tablet. And I like good because God created in Genesis the world, and it was good, and everything was good that was created. So I think I'm going to start with a 3-card read, and we'll focus more on the present at this moment to get a card. What is the present message? And in accordance with the first time I did it, I'll do it the same this time. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Metatron, and I'll add the word Uriel. I don't think I did that in the first one. And Melchizedek order. So, thank you, Azrael, for not having come and got me yet. Life is worth the living. And here we go. What's the present? And thank you, Azrael, for assisting us that I needed to separate from our bodies and move to God. So, I ended up with these 5 cards. So I'm going to start with the present. What I have is a 5 of water on the present. Okay. 5 of water. And in the past energy is the 9 of earth. And in the future, there's a 6 of earth. And the basis for the 5 of water is High Priestess. And the overall understanding of this reading would be from the Empress card. That'll be that's our 3 card. And we have a 2 card out. So those are our, I'm dripping from my hair under the deck here. Okay. Let's go with the 5 of water. 5 of water forgiveness. 5 of water. Release grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall. Forgiveness, the ebb and the flow of emotion. I feel the fulfillment of my emotion as they wash over me. The ebb and the flow are part of life, and I am present in my feelings today. I fully forgive myself and others and let go of any emotions that were holding me back from acknowledging the truth. I deserve the freedom that comes with, and I release what is no longer working for me. I make amends to those I may have harmed when emotion was coloring my perspective. I surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. Transform into a miracle. And have forgiveness. And the underlying message to that is the High Priestess. High Priestess High Priestess is majesty. Some things are not meant to be known intelligently, but are meant to be experienced through intuition. This card reminds me to trust that I have access to higher wisdom and knowing. When I tune in and trust my vibe, this is the time when mysteries will be revealed, and I can grow as a result. So we have forgiveness and mysteries revealed in a time of mystery. Trusting in my vibe, knowing higher wisdom. So those are my underlying, our underlying. I'm not claiming it. It's all ours. All right. Empress Fertility, the overall for this whole reading. Let's jump into that before we go to past and present, or past and future. So Empress Fertility, this is the wonderful time to give birth to new ideas and experiences. Nourishment is assured as I step into a new version of myself. My life is rich and ripe with possibility that I can manifest and create. I am a powerful co-creator and life loves me right now. My world is brimming and potential and infinite possibility. My world is brimming with potential and infinite possibility that will manifest for the highest good. And it was good. And it was good. All right. 9 of Earth. This is the past. 9 of Earth. Discipline, self-reliance, reliable resource, restraint and self-control. The final stone placed in the foundation. I know I can rely on myself and spirit. There are many tools at my disposal, and I use my resources wisely, solidifying the foundation of my security in the material world. I am diligent and disciplined, focused on completing the work I began long ago. I stick to my program, trusting that the plan is unfolding before me exactly as Spirit intended. Okay? So that got us to the forgiveness and acting on our wisdom and knowledge. And with the overall of the Empress. So, yes. Let's go back to the Empress just for a second. Look at it over. Need a refresher. Empress, the fertility over it all. So the nourishment and the version of yourself that is aware of the wisdom and has self-control restraint. It's reliable. And exactly what Spirit intends. So, all right. The future, 6 of Earth. Unexpected resources, happy surprises, generosity. What I've sent forth in love comes back to me many times over as the generosity of others becomes apparent and unexpected resources show up. The universe is exhibiting the generosity, reminding me that the world is full of pleasant surprises. Inside the pretty package is tangible aid, a gift from Spirit. Just when I was beginning to doubt, I am reminded of the treasures I am entitled to receive that show up at my door. What will I unwrap today? I'm a treasure and I attract treasure. All right. Well, that's an interesting theme of the day. I posted a post earlier about being a treasure and attracting your treasure, letting the rain come down, the money rain come in, the attraction of the good, the abundance, just letting it come in. High Priestess, Empress, two good cards there. So let's find out more about this future. Yeah. So we have 4 cards here. One of them's the King of Air. And the next one is the 10 of Water. The next one is the 7 of Water. And the Ace of Air. And let's see. Let's start with the King of Air. King of Air. King of Air. Intellectual authority, reason over instinct, intellect over passion, successful negotiation rules laws. Trust is everything. I think before I act. I work the universal laws with clear intentions. And do I see how the foundation of the past affects the present and the future? Well, he's asking me the question, do I understand this reading? I'm sure I will. I'm going to rewatch it because many times I have to rewatch and be surprised with what I've told myself. So, 10 of Water. Serenity, peace, good fortune, well-being. All is well with the world and with me. Well-being is my natural state. Everything I need comes to me easily and effortlessly. I feel joy and express it to others as I look around and see all the love that we share. I take pleasure in all I have accomplished. However attention I receive, whatever attention I receive or don't receive, I am serene. For I know full and well that what it took for me to get here, where I am, I celebrate myself and all who traveled the road with me and feel grateful to the Spirit for being in my company always. I have been with Spirit, talking with my grandparents and everyone that I can find a name on a mailbox to join. I take pleasure in all I have accomplished. Whatever attention I receive and don't receive, I am serene, for I know full well what it took for me to get where I am. I celebrate myself and all who traveled the road with me and feel grateful to Spirit for being my company always. One night I drove up to a cemetery, and I got out of the car because I was tired of driving, and I was out in the backwoods just doing these bumpy roads, and I got so tired of at the moment I got out and I turned off all the lights and the stars were out, and I started feeling a little eerie being at the cemetery. Turned around to the cemetery and looked back. In the far back of the cemetery where there's all these lightning bugs lit up into a dome, like they were all there. And I thought, are these the spirits of those of the... Well, at the moment I felt a presence. I did some praying and asked for their souls to be aware of the word, if they hadn't heard it, if they were the souls, and if the lightning bugs translated through, well, they lit up tonight and made it more comfortable as I looked at the stars. And Spirit being my companion always. Okay, and we have to go to the 7 o'clock next. Imagination, fantasy, artistic endeavors, co-creator ability unleashed. Now's the time to tune in to the infinite possibility that exists and begins to play with them. And begin to play with them. The infinite possibilities and possibilities and infinite possibilities and beginnings and play exist. Everything begins in the world of imagination, and I seize the opportunity to dream. I allow my intuition and desire to blend in and alchemically, in a chemical way, forming something new. Castles in the air can become castles on the ground. When I release rigidity, bend the rules, and remain flexible and open, limitations and boundaries give way to manifestations. Spirit never doubts the power of possibility, and neither will I. Powers of possibility. Intuition, using the wisdom and knowledge to recognize the work that was done in the past, organization. We had some good face cards come out. King of Air, saying that, and asking to understand the reading, seeing the success in the reading. 10 of Waters and 7 of Waters. Bring forth a community of spirits that I've been communing with in my travels, and a sense of togetherness with the help of spirits, which is a really relaxing feeling that, God will bring you a family and a group of individuals that are backing and helping see the way ahead, guard your right, bring in holy news to the earth, let you decode it and be present with them to see it and celebrate it. So I think we're moving into a high frequency. We're being more aware of it and enjoying our lives, and enjoyable things that can be done in our lives, and the people that we could be communicating with, and seeing other people, and maybe even just being a whisperer of the, seeing that they need to be together, working, to help businesses come together, and giving them ideas that they may have not seen if you have them, and being a part of, not needing the monetary, direct monetary win every time, but to do it in understanding that what you're doing is all coming back to you in a helpful way in the future. And if you put in your work, Spirit will see that you've worked and done that job, and in patience you can see her reward manifesting and becoming, and knowing with comfort that you're okay, and finding a peace in the world of the abundance of all things, letting it rain, let it come in, be a treasure, see the value in yourself, love yourself, so you can love others, do unto others as you want done unto you. Spend time with Spirit, and love Spirit first, love God first, and love your significant other next. Don't prioritize anything over those, and you may have your job, but prioritize. You may have your other job, or you might have another job in some of these cases for this economy. What can you do to simplify? Simplify, downsize if you must. Know that wherever you are, your home's here. Be there, be happy with what you have. And, sometimes use your imagination and fantasize and come up with the things that you would prefer to see in your life. And look at those homes that are in a price range that you seem to think is ridiculous. Just look at them. There's Italian, rock stone, wine cellar, sunroom, 5 garage, 7 bedroom, just pools and fountains and landscape that's been garden mazed, pools, pool cabanas, natural structures being on the top of a mountain with a heavy stream pouring through, all the pine cones and pine needles that you'd ever want to create, pine needle art boxes and string wine, pine needle, incenses and essences and juniper essences, and large logs and fireplaces in every room. Look at those things and imagine walking through them yourself and being there and doing the things like sitting in a bed that's hanging from chains, looking over a pool and that has a sunset. Doing the things that create, or even thinking back to an area you once were, like, I don't know, for me, it would be like Cathedral Mountain. You sitting in a valley and hearing the wolves howling, and I have some wet hair I'm trying to fix, but then on Shark Top, standing up there looking around the whole view and seeing Otter Lake and all of Bedford area, and anyway, other places like the ocean, dolphins, a zoo with your garden in the back. Just a moment where it is always a moment where you stop and absorb and concentrate on all the shapes that everything makes, as if you're going to have to draw it later. And you absorb those best moments until you have a bunch of them, and then you just sit down and list through and say, okay, brain, recall, man, come through with all those things that were so the landscapes and those activities that you did that made it so relaxing, or it was so funny. You can even change it to that instead of relaxing. What were the funniest things that you ever thought, or ever heard, or ever did, or saw somebody else do that were not harmful to others and were tasteful? And maybe, like, an example would have been a man gave an engagement ring inside of a necklace, but the necklace was 2/2 a piece of wood that he made in a little alcove for the necklace, and he put his engagement ring in it and gave this other design on the piece of wood to his wife to be, in his case, but they were just girlfriend, boyfriend. He didn't say anything to her. She she made it through who knows how many years until he said he wanted to show her something inside the locket, and thought he wanted to go ahead and pop the question at this point. And he opened up the locket that she'd been, maybe throwing it around wherever, I'll come back to it and get it. And she always took care of it, and he thought and knew that she would be responsible for his gift. And he opened it up, asked her to marry him. She said yes, and she was then mad that she'd had all this time and he didn't say a thing, and she could have lost it, So, think of funny things, and think of those things that made you so emotional that you wanted to cry. Like when you do hear spirit and they say just the right thing to make you know that was clearly from them. Well, all right, have a good day. And I appreciate you listening to my rant after the reading. It sounds good for us. The future sounds good. We've done our work. Beep.